All right, I think I am live. Hey, everybody. Um, Let me get my little screen set up. Happy Monday. Can you believe that Labor Day is almost here? It's crazy, right? Um, so I'm Cindy Baker. I'm a productivity coach, ADHD specialist, and I share tips on time management, organization, managing your focus here and on other platforms as well. And I'm also a speaker. So, welcome. If you are on here live, let me know in the chat, say hi. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and bring some slides up. Um, we've got a good topic today. Um, we're going to talk about one of the most important resources that you have as an entrepreneur, your mental energy. Mental energy. Um, and for entrepreneurs with ADHD, like me, managing mental energy is not just helpful, it's critical to staying focused and creative and productive. And so it's important to protect it. So again, if you are watching the replay, say hi. Just put hashtag replay and let me know you're watching. And if you're live, say hi. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Um, all right. So why does it matter? Why are we talking about mental energy? Well, entrepreneurs often focus on managing time, and that's important, but energy is the true currency of productivity. So managing your energy is, and your focus is what's important. So with ADHD, your brain spends more energy on uh, filtering distractions, switching tasks, and resisting urges. Um, and that means that mental energy drains faster. So protecting it allows you to bring your best work to the table consistently. Productivity depends on energy and focus, not just time. And so if you have ADHD, your brain burns energy faster with decision making. Um, and as a business owner, you have lots of decisions to make. So if you protect your energy, you're protecting your focus and your creativity. Now, there's some hidden drains on your mental battery because lots of times we don't think about that. Every small decision, every ping from your phone, every unclear task, all chip away at your energy. And entrepreneurs with ADHD are especially vulnerable because novelty is gets our attention. It's attractive. And saying yes feels exciting in the moment. And so we have impulsive knee-jerk reaction and we say yes. So we end up with decision fatigue from just too many choices. We feel overwhelmed. We have distractions, mostly digital, but other kinds of distractions as well, unclear priorities, and we overcommit in our schedule because we don't say no enough. Um, Anybody relate to that? Put in chat, just say me. um, Now, boundaries. You've heard that. It's you know, very common buzz phrase. But if you don't know how to set and keep boundaries, you're not going to be successful in your business. Boundaries aren't about limiting your freedom. They're about protecting your focus. So you have to block out times when you're unavailable for interruptions. Um, Speaking of distractions, my dog is barking. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Zoom does a pretty good job of screening out, but you have to block out times when you're unavailable for interruptions and batching tasks. That's when you put a bunch of things together that are similar, that reduces the mental cost of context switching. And that's when you switch tasks. It takes your brain time to catch up each time you do that. And don't forget recovery. Your brain can only focus deeply for so long before it needs a rest. I mean, it's just like when your phone um, runs out of battery. You plug it in and you charge it. Um, Boy, we had a sermon about Sabbath rest this weekend, and that was one of the things that was mentioned is that we have to plug into the power source spiritually in order to uh, reset and recharge our our emotional, mental, spiritual, physical energy. So um, you can't just go nonstop with no rest. So create, block off focus zones in your day. Batch similar tasks together and use timers or sprints. I teach a 90-minute sprint method in my coaching program that works really well. So if you want more information about that, let me know um, and I'll connect with you. But schedule recovery breaks. That's super important. You have to be intentional about recovery because if you're not, it's probably not going to happen. And then you know what'll happen. You burn out, right? That's why so many business owners burn out. Um, you don't even have to own the business. Just working in a regular 9 to 5, you burn out if you don't know how to set boundaries around your focus and your energy. My best time mentally is in the morning. Uh, I do other stuff before, like uh, maybe go for a run or I drink coffee, read my Bible, whatever. But then in between that and lunch, that's my best time mentally. So that's when I want to schedule my high impact, deep focus tasks, things that where I have to concentrate because if if I'm tired physically or emotionally drained or whatever, I'm not going to put out my best work. So, gosh, we could have a whole nother talk about that. But set boundaries. Boundaries are not about limiting your freedom, they're about protecting your focus. Now, decisions. Let's talk about that. Decision fatigue. It's a real thing. It's one of the fastest ways that ADHD brains lose steam, and other brains do as well. But think about the areas that you can simplify. Um, I mean, Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day to save brain power. Now, I don't think you need to take it that far, but small simplifications add up because you only have so much bandwidth in your brain. So use templates, automations, and habits, rituals, routines. Um, and I provide a lot of that in the coaching program, but it preserves energy for what matters most. So you can simplify routines, um, use checklists, templates, automate recurring decisions, and then you just decide once and implement often. Um, Again, that could be a whole training in and of itself, but super important to cut down on decision fatigue. You want to simplify. Now, your attention is your most valuable resource. A lot of people uh, in the productivity coaching world, they really hone in on time management. Well, time management is important, um, but I think focus management is more important because your attention is your most valuable resource. You have to protect it just like you would money. One notification on your phone can derail your focus for 20 minutes. So set up your environment so that distractions have fewer opportunities to creep in. And then communicate boundaries so that other people know when you're not available. Turn off the notifications. Get rid of all the distractions that you can so that you can focus for a short period of time. Set a timer. Train other people to respect your focus time. Um, there's a lot of different ways to do that, but I do know somebody that worked in a cubicle. It was really hard for her to focus, and she put a sign up. She had a little sign that would stick up over her computer, and it said in deep focus mode, come back later or something like that. And she trained her coworkers to not bother her when that sign was up. Now she couldn't leave it up all the time, or people would start to not pay attention to it. But you can use do not disturb mode. You can use focus apps. There's so many different things you can do, but you have to be intentional. You have to try, you're not going to be able to get rid of all distractions or all interruptions, but you can probably do more than you're doing now to mitigate that. So guard your attention. Now, recharge, I mentioned that. Your brain is it is something that needs recharging. You have to recharge your mental batteries. Sleep is the foundation. That's a non-negotiable. Sleep, and once I started prioritizing sleep, I started to become a lot more creative. I became more patient, and I just started churning out a lot more work. And I could strategize better. I could think more clearly. I didn't forget things as much. Just a lot of benefits. And then, but short breaks are important. Exercise, move your body, get up, walk, stretch. Don't sit in front of your computer all day. And you don't have to go run a marathon unless you're a marathoner, and then you do need to go run a marathon. But you just need to move your body. You need to get the blood flowing, and there's so many mental benefits to exercise. Novelty, incorporate novelty in healthy ways, like make your work fun, make it interesting, make it different so that it catches your attention. And it renews your energy. ADHD brains thrive on novelty. So find ways to add it intentionally without derailing your day. And don't underestimate the power of celebrating small wins. That it keeps motivation and it keeps your energy alive. It gives you that little dopamine hit. So in my coaching program, one of the things that I have the participants do on our Zoom calls is to share wins from the last time we met to that meeting. And it can be something small, very small, but it's important to acknowledge it, to verbalize it, to say it in front of other people and have them congratulate you, and you celebrate the wins. That's a way to recharge your mental battery that a lot of people don't think about. But if all you're doing is constantly stretching for the next goal, and then you never celebrate the milestones that you've met on the way to that goal, you're going to burn out. Okay. So the more you protect your mental energy, the more consistently you'll be able to show up at your best. It's not about doing more. I'm a productivity coach. And I talk with people all the time about productivity, and they think it means doing more. It means doing more of the right things. So the more you protect your mental energy, the more consistently you'll be able to show up at your best. It's not about doing more. It's about sustaining the energy needed to do what matters most without burning out. So energy, not time, drives productivity. You have to protect your focus with boundaries and routines. You have to avoid energy leaks like decision fatigue and distractions. And you have to recharge regularly to sustain creativity and output. So hopefully that was helpful to you. Now, I do want to tell you about two things coming up. One is tomorrow, I'm doing another masterclass on Zoom. It's free, and you will love it. You do need to register. I'll put the links in the chat below this, but it's about turning your chaos into control, really. And we're going to talk about how to the calm momentum method and how to use that to get the important things done. And then even more exciting is a workshop coming up, and that's on September 4th. It's a Thursday, a week from this Thursday. And I have a special price available on that link. It's 3 hours, it's interactive. You get a workbook, we go through the workbook together, and you walk away with your own personalized action plan for something that you're stuck on. So I help you with what the steps are, what the next step is, how you do it. No matter what it is, you'll walk away with a plan. You'll also have a plan for how to cut back on distractions and how to create the support that you need to maintain that workable plan that you can repeat over and over again. It's not me talking, it's us working together in a very small group. So the spots are limited. Right now, I do have a few more spots open. So love to invite you to that. And hopefully you can clear your schedule and take advantage of that. So, hey, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Protect your focus, protect your energy. And I will hopefully see you in the masterclass tomorrow and on the workshop next week. Thanks so much. Have an awesome day. Bye.